Good morning and welcome to the Red Mic. Happy Friday. Hope everybody's doing okay. And yeah, it's Friday the 13th, but don't let that worry you. No superstitions here, right? These Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons I've picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message: let's talk percentages. All right, boys, I want you to go out there and give it 110%. Go give 110%. Go out there and give it everything you got and then a little bit more. Find deep down. Okay, guilty. I use that phrase, 110%. I'd be willing to bet that most people who have played sports have heard some semblance of the give 110%. I mean, it's almost a trope in sports and even beyond sports. It's a way to try to get folks on your team to exert maximum effort, right? It's kind of flawed. I mean, it's yeah, there are times you can go beyond your physical abilities. There's times you can go beyond what you thought was actually possible, but it's really an unsustainable level of exertion to think that you could do that forever and ever all the time. So let's talk about something that is possible. It's a it's a it's a management technique related to high performance called the Pareto principle. Let's call it also the 80-20 principle. The idea behind it is that 80% of our results usually only come from about 20% of our efforts. Okay? So when you focus on the 20% of those critical tasks, you can maximize your impact, be more efficient, and avoid wasting energy on less productive activities. It's what you should do. It's what you should encourage your staff to do. And it's not completely unlike some of the things I've talked about before and stuff I even talked about yesterday. You know, the 3-3-3, the Eisenhower method. Um, Focus on the 2-minute method. Focus on that 20% of the stuff that is really, really top of your list. By prioritizing your important tasks and eliminating distractions, you're going to be more effective. You should listen more and talk less. Uh, you have 2 ears, you have 1 mouth. Do the math. Come on. Think about what your team needs. Talk to them about what you want them to get done. Use active listening. All of those things to compress everything into that 20% area. Ask questions. Try not to give answers unless you're asked to give answers. This allows your team the leeway to solve their own problems independently, and you're there basically as a facilitator of sorts. Guide and support your high achievers, whether it's sales or a phone bank or processing different pieces of paper, whatever it is. You're going to see the people who are getting more work done. Invest in those top performers. Praise more, critique less. Foster a positive foster an environment that's positive and motivating. I thought I turned my phone off. I'm sorry, y'all. Becoming an ultimate 80-20 leader is about efficiency, empowerment, and positivity. And that's today's Red Mic message. Short, sweet, to the point, right? Just what we need on a Friday, right? Let's get in there, get the job done, and then go have some fun, right? Well, speaking of fun, if you happen to know my favorite commercial realtor in the Austin, Texas area, Daniel Fortner, yeah, he is my kid. He's my younger child. Daniel is celebrating his birthday tomorrow. Uh, He'll be 23. So yeah, think about that. I mentioned this the other day on 9/11. He was born 3 days after the world exploded, and talk about an independent, motivated young man. I still say kid, but yeah, he's a grown man, as I like to point out to my wife and to him and to other people. Yeah. Daniel has attacked everything in his life with gusto. He wanted to be a quarterback, so he worked on throwing the ball and handing the ball off and getting his footwork down. And then after all of that, my last year coaching him, I let him play quarterback about 15% of the time because I needed him at tight end because he was also one of my better blockers. He wanted to learn how to play golf, so he had a bucket of balls. We built a house, and there was nothing across the street from us except a construction site. So he had a bucket of, the big blue Lowe's bucket full of balls. And at the beginning of the summer, it was full of balls. Now, by the end of the summer, it was only about half full because he would hit that bucket of balls and he'd use every club in his bag over and over and over and over again. And he's pretty much a scratch golfer now and played in high school. And I'm convinced that without COVID, pretty much blowing up his entire senior season, I think he would have done really well in district play and everything. But can't say enough about the young man. He's motivated. He's hardworking. He's what he lacks in book smarts, man, he makes up for. He wasn't much of a reader when he was a kid, but now he reads all the time. Boggles my mind. Wish you'd done this, 15 years earlier, but given me a fewer of these gray hairs, but that's okay. I want to wish the young man, my kid, my youngest, Daniel Fortner, a very happy birthday tomorrow. We're going to take him out to dinner with his his girlfriend, practically his fiance, but they've not made anything official. But we love her to death too. But we're going to take him out tonight for a birthday dinner of sorts, and I hope that he has a great weekend. I hope he has a great birthday. And again, if you know Daniel, wish him a happy birthday. Very proud of him, as you can probably tell. So anyway, I appreciate you indulging me the half of my message today devoted to my kid. I hope you'll be back again on Monday. Give me a like, a follow, and a share. I'd appreciate it. And remember, life is short. Drink the bourbon.